How we doing, everybody? Professor Thundy is back again to go on with another wonderful episode of Random or Shakespeare. A show that I did not always do in my life, a show that I started doing these days. These days because I'm unemployed, as if that didn't already come off in the previous episode. I met with a good friend of mine, and he sat me down, and he really wanted to interrogate and investigate where I was screwing up in my career search. So we sat down, enjoyed a coffee, him and his sunglasses, under the sunshine, in California, enjoying organic, non-GMO, smoothies, and a kale salad. He opened up by saying, Rotundi, where are you beginning? How's your search going? What are you up to? And I say, the search is going fine. I've been investigating the companies that I've been interested in the most and looking for positions where I can make a significant impact on their payroll and on their revenue stream. He said back to me, that's a good start. How are you doing it? What's your process? What does it look like? Maybe I can improve it. I said, that's going to be hard to do, but here it is. I told him I go onto their career websites. I take an in-depth and meticulous look at what they have to offer. I then see what they're looking for and what they need. I find the best position that suits my needs as well as theirs. Then, I'll reach out to them with a cover letter and my golden resume. But he said, you know what? Rotundi, you're not done yet. I'm not done. What else do I have to do? He said, you need to go back onto their website and you need to start looking up who these people are and finding a little bit about their histories. And if the career website and their company website don't explain that in detail, in full, well, then you need to go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn's going to be your source and your path to finding a very profitable and important job for you in your future. I said, can you explain a little bit to me about LinkedIn? He said, no problem. Look up the people at that company that you're interested in, find them immediately, and shoot them a message. I say, I can't do that because I don't have LinkedIn Premium. I can't afford it. He says, don't worry about it. Pay $25, put it on a credit card. I said, I've already maxed them out. He said, don't worry about it again. Befriend them. Just send them a friend request. And tell them, you know what? You've been eyeing them for years. And that you are very interested in the position and the company that they do. And I said, holy crap, that sounds intense. He said, it's not intense. This is how we do business out here. Get with it or you'll be kicked out of the program. Is that so? I don't want to be kicked out of the program. What I want to do is I want to stay here and I want to profit. And hell, I want to have a good damn life where I can go to work, get home, do the things I like to do, have money to spend, go out on the weekends, hopefully meet a nice girl, impress her with what I do for a living, and certainly impress her with my personality. And he's like, good, I like the way you're thinking. You're still on page. You're still on the same wavelength as everybody else out here in California. Holy boy. Getting on that wavelength that everyone else is on in California. That, right there, in of itself, is not hard to do. You get out there and the weather, the sunshine, the babes, everything out there is fantastic. So I needed to do anything I could do to find that job that kept me out there. So I went back to his advice, and he looked at me cleanly, right through his sunglasses. Though I couldn't see the eyes of his eyes, I knew he was looking at me. And I was looking at him, for sure, because I can't afford sunglasses. He saw my eyes and he saw where they were looking. He was confident that after that meeting, that day, on Divisadero Street, that I was going to go home, take his advice, shoot out emails, go onto LinkedIn, and be very proactive in terms of tracking down the people that I needed to know and I needed to talk to and get the right information from them to get the job I wanted. He had no worries about me. Fast forward 10 years. And you've got a guy who's doing Shakespeare bits with a blazer and no shirt on. Clearly, that meeting didn't go so well. I got something from King Henry VIII. This is where Buck says, these are the limbs o' the plot. No more, I hope. These are the limbs or the plot. Oh, the plot. Oh, with a little apostrophe. These are the limbs of the plot. Now, every plot, no matter where it is, no matter where it comes from, Dickens, Allen, Woody that is, or whether it comes from Fellini, Miller, or any other writer that I don't know, has to take a look at a plot and they need something to support it. They need the skeleton of the plot. The plot, sure, anyone can think of that. Think of something exciting, interesting to say. Something that's going to carry you from beginning to end without any hesitations, hiccups, or any confusions. But not everyone's going to have an in-depth and kind of well thought out skeleton. Something with limbs. Something with some good molars. And a sharp, stellar exoskeleton. Shakespeare's trying to get at that a little bit through his character Buck from King Henry VIII. He's trying to say that the limbs are needed in this story to sort of kind of build it out fleshly, build it out in a way that is very thick and well thought out. Buck, there are limbs or the plot. However, no more, I hope, which means that the plot of his life has somehow taken a downward spiral. It's going downhill into a place that he certainly can't get out of. This is the plot that Buck doesn't want to happen. And he's saying, if there's limbs in this plot, something that's keeping it up, like a strong foundation on a new house, he's hoping that foundation is built improperly, or he's hoping that for some reason they're in a part of the house that doesn't have a foundation, and then it's all going to crumble. If it crumbles, then Buck escapes from a situation no problem. He escapes from the downward spiral that is his life. And maybe he doesn't escape from it in the direct meaning of the word. However, everybody else in this story will also be on the same level as Buck. And when everybody is in a shitty situation, that isn't shitty anymore. That's just a situation. That's what Buck wants. That's what Buck needs to pick up his spirit and to pick up his mood, to get him back to on track to where he can somehow propagate himself above everybody else. Because ultimately, we know Buck, and Buck's the kind of guy who wants to just be little and be on top of everybody else. However, he can't get there, and that's got to be frustrating in his own head. It's got to be something that he's trying to work with. However, he can't figure it out because his name is Buck, his life's crumbling, and he's just throwing out words to try to fix everything. The people around Buck have clearly left him. No more will he be the person that he thought he could be. Thank you, everybody.